friends! This week is Farm Week, and today we are going to be talking about an animal that lives on the farm. Do you know what it is? I'm going to give you a few clues for you to guess. This animal has 2 feet, it has feathers, it lays on eggs, and it lives in a coop. Do you know what it is? It's a chicken, you're right. So today we're going to specifically talk about the egg. And we're going to talk about all the parts of an egg and how it feels. Have you ever felt an egg before? All right, so let's look at this chart over here. So I made this, and it says over on this side, what are the parts of an egg? And we're going to label this egg and all the parts of it, okay? And then over on this side, it says, what does it feel like? So we're going to feel the inside of an egg, and we're going to describe over here on this side how it feels. Are you guys ready? So let's start with the parts of an egg. So I have a cracked egg right here. So we have the outside of it, which is the shell, and then we have the inside of it. So we have this yellow thing right in the middle, and then we have all of this like fluid liquid on the side of it. So let's go over to our chart and label our egg, because I think you guys know most of the parts of an egg. So on the outside of this is called the shell. You guys are right. So I'm going to write the word shell. I'm going to put an arrow right next to it, and we're going to write shell, because that's the outside of an egg. And then on the inside, this white part, but when we open an egg up, it's actually clear. That is called, you ready? I'm going to draw an arrow. It's called egg. You ready for this part? Whites. But it's not actually white. It's clear. So we have the shell, and then we have the inside part, which is the egg white. And then the last part, there's only 3 parts of an egg, is this yellow piece. And this is called, draw an arrow. This is called the yolk. So that is the parts of an egg. We have the shell, the egg whites, and the yolk. All right. I'm going to put my marker down, and now we're going to feel the egg. So I'm going to go back to our plate, and we're going to start with the inside of it. So we're going to start with the yellow thing. Do you remember what that was called? The yolk. You're right. And that feels kind of slimy. My finger just kind of slides right off it. And then we're going to feel the egg whites. Ooh, that's also very slimy. Kind of gooey too. Look, I can't even pick it up. It just slides right out from my fingers. It's wet. You can see my fingers look a little wet. And it's kind of cold because it came out of my fridge. So the egg is actually kind of cold right now. So let's go over to our chart and label it. Are you guys ready? Okay. So I'm going to put that right there. And we're going to talk about what does it feel like. Now, all right, are you ready to label? So we have the word inside right here. So we're going to put all those words underneath it that I described how it felt on the inside of it, okay? So remember, I used the word slimy. So it kind of feels like slime when we play with slime. So there's the word slimy. The next word I used was gooey. And then another word I used to describe the inside of the egg was wet. So we have slimy, gooey, wet. Let's go back over and take another look at our egg. I'm going to get in there. There we go. Oh, remember I said it was also kind of cold as well. So let's go back over here and write the word cold. Now, friends, if you do this at home, you can come up with some words to describe your egg as well. So the next thing we're going to look at is the outside of the egg. So I'm going to put a little bubble around it. There it is. And we're going to come over here and we're going to look at the shell now. So the shell, I'm going to actually first hold the one I have not cracked. It's really hard. Kind of feels like a rock. So one word we're going to use is hard. And then we're going to look at this cracked shell. Do you hear that? It sounds crunchy. And you know what else it feels? It feels kind of smooth. So I'm going to use those words to describe the outside of it. So remember, I used the word, let's see if I can do this. I used the word hard because the outside of it is hard. And then I used the word crunchy. That's what the sound of it made when I squished it. And then the shell felt smooth. You know what? We could also probably put the word smooth up here because the egg whites were kind of smooth feeling as well. So there is our chart we have made of the parts of an egg. So remember, the outside of it was the shell. Then there was egg whites. And then it was the yolk. And then we talked about how it felt. So we said the inside of it was slimy, gooey, wet, cold, and smooth. And the outside of it was hard, crunchy, and smooth. So there it is, my friends. Now, if you do this at home, I want you to tell me some words that you use to describe how it feels. All right? And then I want you to put those words in our Google Classroom. You can comment. You can also comment right down below our YouTube video that we have here. Or you can send it to me through Remind, and I'll add it to our list as well. Alrighty, friends, I hope you guys had fun. I will talk to you all soon. Bye, friends.